Into it. This is what that thunderstorm was doing in Jackson just moments ago, where a river literally popped up in the middle of the parking lot. It's a beautiful day, though. Maybe to take your little one out for a stroll by the water. That's Beach Lake. Keep them out of the sun, though. It is hot and it's still humid. This is what I want you to do. I want you to make sure you get to the lowest floor of your house, get on the most interior part of your house. So we're talking into a bathroom, a hallway, or a closet. It has been 164 years that this fair has been going on, and right now, of course, is the best time to get here. It's opening night. You can enjoy all the fun and festivities until 10 o'clock this evening, and maybe join me here on the Ferris wheel. So you can continue to track Hurricane Dorian on our app. We've got a tropical tracker that's available for you to just scroll down and see the very latest on what this hurricane is doing as it makes its way up the East Coast. So this forecast is through the uprights, if you will. It's a field goal for Friday Night Lights. But in Medina, those temperatures are forecast to be at about 84 degrees at kickoff. It'll feel like 93 there. You guys can see me holding the ball, throwing out the first pitch here. Let's hope that this goes over the plate. Oh, way outside. Maybe somebody would have swung for that.
Yeah, it's still summer on the calendar, is that right?
It sure is.
All right, I thought it was.
It's going to feel like that probably for another week or so.
Oh, it is. It's so funny, too, because, you know, we had Tom Miner's night at the ballpark at Jackson in July. Right. I think since then they've actually had really nice weather for their baseball games.
Look at that.
Thumbs up there for sure.
Well, there's your reason.
Right?
Exactly.
Now, WBBJ Storm Team 7 weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Miners.
I've got a riddle for you in today's weather forecast, starting with the current conditions, of course. How can the sky be clear and somehow gray at the same time? Well, here's a live view from Lexington, facing off to the west, where that sun is about to set in just a little bit. You'll notice that it looks a little bit hazy in the sky out there today, and despite having some full sunshine, also a little gray. 88 degrees the current temperature in Lexington, with dew points near 70. It's been hot, it's been humid outside, and the winds at the surface are calm. With that look outside brought to you by Jingling Lee Ford in Humboldt. Way up in the atmosphere, however, those winds are coming out of the northwest. So here's where our air is coming from. As we track that parcel of air, it's actually coming from parts of the northwestern United States. And doing a reverse trajectory shows that just east of Spokane, Washington, that weather, basically 5,000 meters up in the sky, has been coming right down into West Tennessee. So here's what's happening. There are wildfires ongoing in parts of Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana, and smoke from those wildfires is traveling 5,000 meters up in the sky and coming right down into West Tennessee. So it looks a little bit hazy out there because there's some smoke in the sky, and there's going to be more of that to come in tomorrow as well. What we see in the temperature department here, though, is some hot weather's coming too, besides just that smoke out of the northwest. High pressures rotating with their winds in a clockwise direction are bringing some of that heat out from the west into West Tennessee. 93 in Oklahoma City, 98 in Dallas, but we too in West Tennessee are also in the low 90s. It feels hotter because of those dew points, as warm as they are. We've got humidity in play as well, and that's causing the temperature to feel like it's almost 100 degrees in West Tennessee. It's 101 with that heat index is recorded right now in Ridgely in Lake County. But there's some relief, and here it comes. A cold front coming in tonight is going to allow for a few clouds to show up in the evening hours in northwest Tennessee, and maybe, just maybe, one or two drops of rain, because it's been a while since we've had some rainfall in West Tennessee. It's been the longest stretch without rain so far this year, and a few showers could show up around 10 p.m. near Camden, Huntington, and perhaps also near Lexington and Parsons after 9 p.m. I don't expect many of us to see any rain. There's only a slight chance for any wet weather, and we'll stay dry throughout the weekend, with Futurecast showing our next chance for rain showing up on Tuesday. Now here's the latest on Dorian. The maximum sustained winds within the eye wall are still at 90 miles per hour as the storm is making its way to the northeast at 24 miles per hour. Still a powerful hurricane. Even though it's only Category 1, it still has the chance to produce inland rainfall flooding as well as storm surge in parts of New England. In fact, this storm may strengthen to a Category 2 hurricane again before it makes landfall in Nova Scotia Saturday afternoon with maximum sustained winds of 100 miles per hour. So there's a 20% chance for rain for West Tennessee tonight. Might have some patchy fog around sunrise too. Visibility could be less than a mile in parts of northwest Tennessee at 7 a.m. on Saturday. The high temperature tomorrow, though, is going to be 9 degrees cooler than it was today. So it'll feel really nice out, especially because it'll be less humid. But enjoy it while you can. That humidity's coming back. It'll feel like 98 on Tuesday. So your actual temperatures will be back in the low 90s then, but it'll feel like it's closer to 100 degrees on the first day of the West Tennessee State Fair this Tuesday. And it'll stay warm and muggy right there through the last full week of summer. Well, Tom, so far so good for most of West Tennessee. We have had some heavy pockets of rain come through the Mid-South since overnight last night. And right now you can see those showers spinning in a broad pattern right around West Tennessee. Locally, here's what's going on radar right now. We've got a couple of strong thunderstorms in the Mid-South, though most of the rain is falling along and south of Interstate 40. We've got a bit of a break in the shower activity near Savannah, light rain in Selmer, a strong thunderstorm near Henderson, and then a bit of a break also in northwest Tennessee. So not raining as much in parts of northwest Tennessee right now. Rain is covering a good part of the perimeter of Madison County, but not falling in Jackson proper at the moment. The strongest thunderstorm in West Tennessee right now is this one right on the Madison-Chester County line, where we've got frequent lightning in Henderson, about 11 lightning strikes in just the last 10 minutes. So that's about 1 per minute that you hear that thunder. And that's some very heavy rain too, because this is a tall thunderstorm reaching of a height of about 30,000 feet, the height of a commercial airliner. So this is a powerful storm. We've got a couple of different angles we can look at this from. This is the view from Lexington facing southwest. You can see the rain shaft in the distance and the very dark skies, but again, not raining in Lexington right now. This is time-lapse video that shows these clouds billowing quickly. Kind of looks like a bomb went off over to the south and east of Jackson, but that's just that thunderstorm that's growing from that tall updraft billowing up through the cloud. You can also see the rain shafts on the bottom of that cloud as well. So because these thunderstorms are moving so slowly, we're still under a flash flood watch for all 21 counties in West Tennessee until 7 o'clock on Saturday. So while we'll get a break from the rain overnight, more showers will pop up over the weekend with less humidity in the forecast for next week. It doesn't look like the month of June on that part of the 7-day at all. I'll give you the hour-by-hour forecast as we're tracking more rain for the weekend coming up in just a moment. But this first look is brought to you by Lofton Chevrolet in Henderson. For now, Tom, back to you. Good evening, West Tennessee. Chief Meteorologist Tom Miners here, cutting into local programming because a tornado warning has been issued in parts of Madison, Henderson, Carroll, as well as southern Gibson counties until 3:45. We're still dealing with what's left of Tropical Storm Barry, but there is rotation that's occurring right now with this thunderstorm that's moving north through the northeast corner of Madison County. This does not include the city of Jackson, but it does include areas like Medina, Cedar Grove, Spring Creek, Oakfield, also just east of Three-Way and Beach Bluff. So meteorologist Corrales Ortiz joining me here in the Weather Center, and this is the broad rotation that we're watching right now. There's been some frequent lightning with this thunderstorm too. One of the clues that we have a strong updraft occurring within this thunderstorm, but it's been kind of going back and forth between showing us signatures for rotation, and there's no confirmation right now. This is still just a radar indicated tornado warning, but the rotation has been spotted south of Highway 412, south of Interstate 40, just around the Beach Bluff area. There's white fern you can see in western parts of Henderson County, Crucifer, Blue Goose, Luray, and now just north of Beach Bluff. I did get a report on Twitter, although I haven't had any confirmation just yet, that there was a funnel cloud spotted in eastern Madison County near Beach Bluff. So that was the first signature that we had that there might be some rotation ongoing within this thunderstorm. So this system is moving north through Madison County, not anywhere toward the city of Jackson. It's going to stay to our east and also to the east of North Jackson. Both sides really, any east, west, north, south, any side of Jackson is going to stay to our east and now moving to our north. So this is where we're watching that rotation right now. And with any tropical spin-ups like we're having today and have the chance for, there's usually not going to be any hail or, in this case, much of any strong winds occurring. So just make sure that you're keeping basically taking all the tornado precautions that you usually do for a tornado, but this one will be brief and weak if there actually is a tornado touching down. We do have a list of some of the things that I want you to do if you end up encountering this polygon here. So if you are on the road or if you live in this part of the polygon, then this is what I want you to do. I want you to make sure you get to the lowest floor of your house, get on the most interior part of your house. So we're talking into a bathroom, a hallway, or a closet. Those are going to be the safest places to be during a tornado warning. Now, also, I want you to make sure sure that you're getting away from those windows. So if you don't have a basement, then that bathroom, hallway, or closet would be safe. Grab a helmet and shoes as you're heading to that room so that you don't have to walk on any glass or have to worry about any flying debris hurting you as this storm is moving through. And also abandoned cars and mobile homes too. Those are not safe places to be during a tornado. But if you are in the polygon, shelter in place. Don't try to leave your house or anything like that. Just shelter in place and just get to the most center part of that building that you possibly can. And so you can see Highway 412 here. If there is a tornado on the ground, again, we still don't have confirmation of that, then it would be still crossing or about to cross Highway 412 in eastern Madison County. There's the broad rotation again, showing up just outside of the Claybrook community, but this is heading north toward Highway 70 and also towards Spring Creek and toward Oakfield and that part of northeast Madison County right now. Earlier too, that this is a rain-wrapped tornado warning. If there actually is a tornado, you won't be able to see it. It's going to be completely shrouded by the showers and thunderstorms that are occurring around it. You won't really be able to spot that funnel cloud. The rotation has broadened a lot, but the frequency the lightning was picking up, which is telling me that we still have that chance for a tornado to touch down in northeast Madison County. We're actually also quite a distance away from the radar site, which is telling me two things. Number one, we're not really going to get that surface level data for what we're dealing with here, because even though we have a ability to see that rotation pop up, and it actually showed up crisply actually on radar just moments ago on the Storm Tracker 7Max radar. Right now, just giving you a quick estimate here, that lowest scan that we're looking at is still a mile up. So we're missing the lowest, almost 5,200 feet of the atmosphere there. So these kind of rotations, these spin-ups that pop up in a tropical cyclone, they're usually very weak, and that usually also means that the lowest part of the atmosphere is where we're going to get really that most important signal for any rotation still ongoing. But we don't see a lot of mid-level rotation here. It is still moving north, so it's maintaining its path toward Cedar Grove. So if you're in Cedar Grove, still maintain your position there as well. Let's go back and revisit the whole thing, Corral, since we are cutting into local programming, which means we're not cutting into local programming just in Jackson, but all of West Tennessee. Let's go ahead and look at the whole picture. This is a large band of heavy rain that's occurring with Tropical Storm Barry. Probably in the next 25 minutes going to be downgraded to Tropical Depression Barry, but that's going to be something we'll talk more about at 5:30. This is a large band associated with that tropical cyclone, though. And along this band, it's common for us to see brief, isolated tornadoes. So we're also watching a couple of thunderstorms ongoing in Hardin County. Let's just actually take a look down the line, Corrales. We'll go ahead and pan and start with Savannah and come up to northwest Tennessee and just kind of look a little bit more closely at county by county area of what we're seeing moving through. So we'll start out with a heavy band here in Savannah. You can see Morris Chapel seeing some of that heavy rain. Scotts Hill is about to come into your neck of the woods very soon. Lexington, you've mostly got the heaviest rain just on the western side of the city. So for Chesterfield and Darden, you don't really have much, but it is coming. It's still going to be heading in your direction very soon. Also, as we go into eastern Chester County and Sardis and southern Henderson County, you've got some very heavy rain, but no indication that there's anything rotating there right now. Getting a little bit of something called range folding going on right now for this thunderstorm. So there's a little bit of data that's kind of obscuring our view, but what you can see actually is just behind it is a little bit of very cluttered image. So let's go ahead and we'll just stick with reflectivity actually, Corrales. We'll just look at the rain. Basically what that means is two things. I want to be able to see where that rotation is, and that product is not going to help me as much anymore, but what I could tell from it is that the rotation has continued to weaken. That's reasoning, probably number one, why the National Weather Service went ahead and is going to allow this to expire in 4 minutes. So we'll stay in local programming for the next 4 minutes. But reason number two is if there ever was a tornado, again, it was going to be very brief anyway. It wasn't going to last that long. These are not long track tornadoes like we deal with in the springtime when we have supercell thunderstorms produce some very dangerous thunderstorms. So we are making plans in the Storm Team Weather Center to possibly overlap our schedules tonight so that we can cover things round the clock for you, so that if a tornado warning was ever issued, if your phone or your weather radio went off, we would be here to let you know what was going on, and we would be ready to do that for you. But really just want you to be weather aware today. We don't have a tornado watch. I'm telling you now, watch for an isolated tornado. So just go ahead and make sure that you are staying weather aware, have lots of different ways to get weather information. Of course, we want you to have weather information by using our website and also by using our social media and on air. We're going to be crawling those tornado warnings if they're issued by the National Weather Service going forward for the remainder of this afternoon and evening. Of course, meteorologist Corrales and I will be coming up at 5:30 with the very latest in the forecast, and we'll be keeping you posted throughout the rest of the night. We're here to make sure that you stay safe. So keep tuned in, and we'll continue to keep you posted on what's left of Tropical Storm Barry throughout the rest of the evening. We'll send you back to local programming right now.